This conference will now be recorded.
A very good afternoon to all. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So kindly we can wait for your friends for 2 minutes, okay? Because lot more need to join. So before that, a very good afternoon, Disha. Yes, very good afternoon, Divya. Yes, good afternoon, Jai Sharma, Akshaya Devi. Very good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ritika. Very good afternoon, Malavika. Very good afternoon, Shweta. So finally, you guys were landed into your third year. So how about the feeling? Yes, very good afternoon, Praveen. Very good afternoon, Shakti. Am I pronouncing your name correct? Very good afternoon, Abhishek. Very good afternoon, Rohit and Pranati. If you don't mind, can you pronounce your name for me?
Sahiti, ma'am.
Sahiti. Okay, fine. Nice name.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hope most of them have joined. Okay, guys. So those who have joined just now, a very good afternoon to all. So welcome for the new academic year. So you guys have landed into third year after your 1 year online classes. So from second year, you have joined into the third year. So for some of the students, hope I'm not new to you guys because I have handled you Java for beginners industry oriented course. So for those who have opted that industry oriented course, I may not be new to you. For maybe some students they have not choose that course. So for them, this is Brinda, assistant professor of EC department. So I am going to be your course instructor for the subject Java programming. Okay. So the course code is U19 CS602 Java programming. Okay, so this is subject comes under computer science department. So as a ECE faculty, I'm going to handle you this subject for you. Okay. Okay, fine. Shall we move on to the session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma fine. Thank you. Thank you, Divya, for your response. Hope the slide is visible to you. Is the screen visible? Okay, ma. Thank you. Thank you for your response. So before I start our official session, I just need to discuss you with some points. ஓகேங்களா? So நம்ம வந்து ப்ரோக்ராமிங் சப்ஜெக்ட் படிக்க போறோம். ஸோ இதுக்கு வந்து பர்டிகுலரா லேப் இப்போ நீங்க சிஎன் கம்ப்யூட்டர் நெட்வொர்க் சப்ஜெக்ட் படிச்சீங்கன்னா கம்ப்யூட்டர் நெட்வொர்க்ஸ் லேப் இருக்கும். பட் as far as only theory is there, Java programming. So practically நம்ம அதை போய் implement பண்ணி பார்க்கறதுக்கு we do not have a separate hours. So after the end of the session, I may be posting some programming questions. So maybe first ஒரு 1 week programming questions post பண்ண முடியாது because உங்களுக்கு basics தெரிஞ்சாதான் you guys will be able to do it. ஓகேங்களா? So maybe some MCQs types of questions. ஓகேங்களா? உங்களை எந்த மாதிரி engaged வச்சுக்க முடியுமோ I try my level best to keep you guys engaged and interested towards our Java programming class. ஓகேங்களா? So for that I need your cooperation as well. So there நம்ம நீங்க நார்மல் கிளாஸ்ல பார்க்கறத விட you will be having more strength in our class because ECA and ECB is combined. ஓகேங்களா. so it is as this is an elective subject, some guys have opted for advanced data structures, so remaining of all of them have been opted for this Java programming. ஓகேங்களா. so the strength is around 90 to 100. so can you please imagine the strength of this class? ஓகேங்களா. so kindly please cooperate. உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது doubts இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா clear then and there. Do not take it to the last of the class. okay. இல்ல உங்களை கிளாஸ்ல கேட்க முடியலன்னா just send me a private message, or else after the session is over just send me a text message. ஓகேங்களா. so if I say it compulsorily, I will be responding to you. If not at the immediately, I will make sure you that before the end of the day I will reply you. ஓகேங்களா. so this is the first point, and second point is that நான் ஏதாவது MCQs போஸ்ட் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னா ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு 5 to 6 questions தான் இருக்கும். ஓகேங்களா. டெட்லைன் இன்னைக்கு நான் ஃபிக்ஸ் பண்ணியிருந்தேன் அப்படின்னா you guys have to complete it by today itself. ஓகேங்களா. just it will take around only 5 minutes. அதுக்கு மேல ஒரு பெரிய காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் அசைன்மெண்ட் எல்லாம் I will not give you for sure. ஓகேங்களா. if I'm giving those kind of assignments, definitely I will give you at least 3 to 4 days of time to submit that assignment. okay. so this is the second point, and third one is that the very main thing to be noted is that so நான் ஒரு format கொடுத்திருந்தேன் இல்லைங்களா. roll number space உங்களோட name space initial space ECE ஏவா பியா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. so நிறைய பேர் அந்த ஃபார்மேட்ல ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. happy because as the strength is more, ஒரே கிளாஸா இருந்தா நம்ம ஈஸியா அட்டெண்டன்ஸ் மேப் பண்ணிடலாம். so as you guys have mixed of ECE A and B, so it will be very difficult for me. so that's why I asked you to follow the particular format. so நீங்க நிறைய underscores யூஸ் பண்ணி hyphen யூஸ் பண்ணி brackets யூஸ் பண்ணி எல்லாம் ஜாயின் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க. எதுவுமே யூஸ் பண்ண வேண்டாமா. just follow your roll numbers space your name space initial space ECE ஏவா பியா ஸ்பேஸ் கொடுத்து A இல்லைன்னா ஸ்பேஸ் கொடுத்து B. ஓகேங்களா. அந்த hyphen அதெல்லாம் போடாதீங்க. ஓகேங்களா. so for this class it is okay. so from your next class try to join that way. ஓகேங்களா. and one more point is that நம்ம வந்து mostly GoToMeeting platform இல்ல Google Meet platform யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம். அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல. so இப்போ நம்ம இதுக்கு நடுவுல நிறைய quizzes எல்லாம் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணுவோம்ல. just ஒரு PPT-ல quiz போடாம real time you guys will be able to answer my quiz questions. ஓகேங்களா. so for that also I will be using some platform that I will be explaining you in our future slides. so நீங்க ஒரு class join பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடியே try to be logged in with that platform and then join the GoToMeeting platform. ஓகேங்களா. GoToMeeting ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டு அதுவும் நீங்க வந்து எதர் நீங்க ஆப்பாவும் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கலாம், இல்லைன்னா நீங்க browserல கூட கனெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகேங்களா. so likewise I will try to engage with real time quizzes or real time games. quizzes gaming mode மாதிரி கூட நம்ம கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஓகேங்களா. so for that I need all your cooperation, and the very most important point is kindly join the session on time. ஓகேங்களா. 80 பேர் 90 பேர் ஜாயின் பண்ற வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தோம் அப்படின்னா nearly 10 to 15 minutes will get spoiled. சரிங்களா. okay fine. so this is our subject for Java programming. Its course code is U19 CS602. ஓகேங்களா. so the agenda for this session is that we are going to see about the course introduction and what are all the platforms we are going to use for studying this Java programming. The platforms I'm talking about is the online platform tools for learning this subject. Okay, and then we are going to our module 1. so in that module 1 we are going to see some introduction to Java, what is the history behind the Java, and some Java buzzwords if we have time. so mainly we are going to concentrate on course introduction and platforms use, and mainly introduction to Java. okay fine. so these are all the course outcomes of learning Java programming. so as you all know, we will be having 5 modules. so the CO1 in module 1 you are going to study about the Java programming semantics. Semantics is nothing but the syntax. ஓகேங்களா. ஒரு format ஒரு Java programming na எப்படி இருக்கும், the structure எப்படி இருக்கும், the formats, syntax and rules you are going to study. and with this basic knowledge of syntax and rules, you're going to identify some object oriented concepts in Java, and then you're going to try your coding standards. okay. and then we are also going to study about Java collection APIs as well as multi-threading concepts and exception handling mechanisms in our entire 5 modules. ஓகேங்களா. so the best very first module 1 பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா basics of Java programming. so those who have attended this industry oriented course of Java for beginners, mostly you can relate what you have studied in that. அதுதான் இருக்க போகுது. ஓகேங்களா. so I hope those who have attended this session can easily give your answers. So if I ask anything, okay. So a module 1 is basics of Java programming and module 2 is object oriented mechanisms. So you might have learned C++ language. In that C++ language, mostly it will be covering the object oriented mechanisms, object oriented OOPS concepts. So that OOPS concepts can also be inherited in Java programming as well. So what are all the OOPS concepts which are inherited in Java programming that we are going to see in our module 2? Okay. And module 3, it deals up with arrays, strings and packages. So as how we are having arrays, strings and functions in C language, we redefine them in our Java language also. We have arrays as well as strings and also packages. Package is nothing but the collection of functions. We call it as a package. Okay, so those kinds of functions we are going to see in module 3. And in module 4 is exception handling and date and time. So exception handling is nothing but error handling. Okay, exceptions are some unusual conditions which occur at the runtime. Maybe out of range. If you accessing array means there may be some conditions that you will be accessing the array index out of its boundary limit. Say for example, arrays having the index values starting from 0th index to the 4th index. But if you are trying to access the fifth index which is not there in the array means that is some unexpected error. There will be no syntax error in the programming. So it will be compiling and running. So while the runtime only, you will be facing some unusual conditions. So if that error occurs means how do I handle those kinds of errors? So that is called as the exception handling. And date and time functions which are there we are going to study. Okay. And finally module 5 is the multi-threading and collections. So how do we perform multitasking? For example, if you're having n number of programs means how to perform those n number of programs at a simultaneous time. Okay, likewise we have some collections or package எடுத்துட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அதுல நிறைய ஒரு டேட்டா டைப்ஸ் கலெக்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த கலெக்ஷன் டேட்டாஸ் எல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து மாடியூல் 5ல பார்க்க போறோம். ஓகேங்களா? So this is an overview of the modules which are arranged for our Java programming syllabus. Okay, so the very first module is the module 1, basics of Java programming. Okay, so that we will be seeing it later. So now what are the platforms that we are going to use for our Java programming session? Is that obviously the classes will be handled most probably on GoToMeeting. If any technical issues or technical glitches means we will be opting Google Meet. Okay, and as I have told you before, we will be dealing with real-time quizzes so that the answers sent by you will reach me through slido.com or nearpod.com. Okay, so these two platforms, I don't know you guys are familiar with this or not. Are you guys ever solved your quizzes or answered your real-time quizzes using these two platforms ever before in your online classes? No. Okay, fine. So this is the okay, fine. So actually okay ma, fine, it's okay. ரொம்ப காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ்ல கிடையாது, வெரி ஈஸி பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் தான். ஸோ நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் ஸ்கிட் தான் ஃபாலோ பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஐ எம் கெட்டிங் அ ஹியூஜ் மேசிவ் ரெஸ்பான்ஸ். ஸோ தே கைஸ் ஆர் ரியலி லைக்ட் இட். ஐ வாஸ் யூசிங் n number of platforms for each and every class. I tried using n number of platforms, but they were opted for the slido.com and nearpod.com. So this two is best as far as they are being considered. Okay, so I thought to suggest these two platforms to you guys, to Java programming students as well. Okay, so that two platforms you will be using for real time quizzes. ஓகேங்களா? நீங்க நீங்க GoToMeeting பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல இருப்பீங்க. நான் ஒரு கோடு மட்டும் சொல்வேன். அந்த கோடை வச்சுட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா நான் அனுப்புற கொஸ்டின்ஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு ரியல் டைமா ரீச் ஆகும். ஸோ ரியல் டைம்ல யூ கேன் ஆன்சர் அண்ட் சென்ட் யுவர் ஆன்சர்ஸ் பேக் டு மீ. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ஃபார் தட் வி கேன் யூ மேக் யூஸ் ஆஃப் தி slido.com as well as nearpod.com. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ nearpod.comல அதே மாதிரி தான் நான் ஒரு கோடு சொல்வேன். அந்த கோடை என்டர் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா that questions will appear to you. ஸோ nearpod.comல வந்து we can have it like match the following மாதிரி அந்த மாதிரி quizzes கண்டக்ட் பண்ணலாம். இல்ல அப்படின்னா ஒரு மாதிரி மல்டிபிள் சாய்ஸ் சூஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு நார்மல் குவிஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும், ஒரு கொஸ்டின் ஒரு 4 ஆப்ஷன் அந்த மாதிரி கண்டக்ட் பண்ணலாம். இல்ல அப்படின்னா ஒரு கேம் மோட் மாதிரி யார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அந்த கொஸ்டின் ஆன்சர் பண்ணிட்டு அந்த டார்கெட் அச்சீவ் பண்றாங்க அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு கேமிங் மோட் மாதிரி we can conduct some quizzes. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ அதோட அது பத்தின இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் நான் எனக்கு கொடுத்துறேன். ஸோ யூ கைஸ் வில் பி ஃபெமிலியர் வித் தட் பிளாட்ஃபார்ம். ஸோ ஒன்ஸ் வி ஸ்டார்ட் கண்டினியூங் வித் அவர் சிலபஸ் டாபிக்ஸ் we can make use of this slido.com and nearpod.com. ஓகேங்களா? And obviously we will be using Google Classroom to submit your assignments, your CEAs, and mostly our classroom lectures, PPTs, and any notes or reference books, it will be shared via the Google Classrooms. So I need each and every one of them to join the Google Classroom immediately whenever I share this code, Google Classroom code. Most probably I will be sharing the classroom invitation link through your mail IDs. So you can just accept உங்களோட கூகுள் கிளாஸ் ரூம்லயே வந்து உங்களுக்கு நோட்டிபிகேஷன் வரும். யூ கேன் அக்செப்ட் இட். இஃப் நாட் ஐ வில் பி சென்டிங் தி லிங்க் டு அவர் வாட்ஸ்அப் குரூப். ஓகே, I have not yet received your official mail release from your class mentor. That's why I have not yet sent your Google Classroom link. ஓகேங்களா? And if possible, Slido nearpod access பண்ண முடியல அப்படின்னா our quizzes can be sent through Google Forms and you can complete it and send it back to me through the Google Classroom. Okay, so these are all the platforms we are going to use. So நம்ம ஏதாவது புது பிளாட்ஃபார்ம் யூஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னா definitely I will be giving an introduction when we are using that platform and then only we are going to use that. Okay, so GoToMeeting is not new to you. So slido.com and nearpod.com may be new to you. So we can see those and then after that we can proceed to our syllabus. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ எதர் நீங்க வந்து ஸ்லைடோ ஆப் வந்து பிளே ஸ்டோர்லயே அவைலபிளா இருக்கு, ஆப் ஸ்டோர்லயே அவைலபிளா இருக்குமா? ஸோ பிளே ஸ்டோர்ல நீங்க வந்து slido.com ஸ்லைடோன்னு அடிச்சீங்க அப்படின்னாலே வரும். ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ யூ கேன் எதர் டவுன்லோட் தட் ஆப் அண்ட் யூ கேன் இன்ஸ்டால் இட் இன் யுவர் மொபைல் ஃபோன் ஆர் எல்ஸ் நீங்க GoToMeeting கிளாஸ்க்குள்ள வந்துட்டு நீங்க மொபைல்ல ஜாயின் பண்றீங்கனாலும் சரி இல்ல லேப்ல ஜாயின் பண்றீங்கனாலும் சரி உங்க குரோம் ப்ரௌசரை ஓபன் பண்ணி யூ கேன் எதர் யூஸ் browser to login into http www.slido.com. நீங்க just www.slido.com னு கொடுத்தீங்கனாலே வந்துரும். The first page will appear like this. Once you hit the URL www.slido.com அப்படின்னா this page will be opened. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ஐ வில் பி கிவிங் யூ கோட் லைக் எக்ஸாம்பிள் Z230 அந்த மாதிரி கோட் கொடுப்பேன். அந்த கோட் கொடுத்து நீங்க உள்ள போயிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா சம் பேஜ் வில் பி விசிபிள். நான் உங்களுக்கு கொஸ்டின்ஸ் அனுப்புனா அந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் ரியல் டைமா உங்களுக்கு அங்க வந்து விசிபிள் ஆகும். ஓகேங்களா? அந்த கொஸ்டின் ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் குவிஸ்னா 4 ஆப்ஷன் இருக்குன்னா அந்த ஒரு ஆப்ஷனை கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டு இங்க சென்ட்னு ஒரு பட்டன் இருக்கும். ஸோ சென்ட் வந்து கிளிக் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா யுவர் ஆன்சர்ஸ் வில் கம் டு மீ. ஓகே, இல்ல நீங்க ஆப்பை வந்து இன்ஸ்டால் பண்றீங்க அப்படின்னா நீங்க பிளே ஸ்டோர்ல போய் ஆப் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் once you open that app, so this will be a first page. Your home page will look like this. So here also you can enter your code Z230. So once you enter your code, if I have sent you the question abdina, these questions will appear in the next page. Okay, see, you could see question and answers and polls. So if I'm sending questions to you in real time, is that questions will appear here. You can click on that question, answer that question, and then you can hit a send button. So for each and every questions you have to hit a send button. Okay, clear? Very simple. Just code enter பண்ணி you're going to answer your quizzes. That's it. Okay, clear guys? So நீங்க வந்து
Yes,
most
ma'am.
probably we will be having இப்போ நான் ஒரு டாபிக் எடுக்கிறேன்னா நம்ம most probably we will try to finish the quizzes in our class itself or else I will be posting it to Google Classroom. அப்படியே Google Classroomல போஸ்ட் பண்ணாலும் ஒன்னா நான் ஸ்லைடோ லிங்க் அல்லது நியர்பாட் லிங்க் தான் போஸ்ட் பண்ணுவேன். So you guys be familiar with this platform. எதுவும் இல்லாம ஜஸ்ட் அந்த லிங்க்குள்ள போங்க, கோட் என்டர் பண்ணுங்க, you going to answer. இல்ல நான் ஆப் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கேன், ஆப் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க மொபைல்ல. ஸோ GoToMeeting ஓபன் பண்ணிட்டு இந்த ஆப்லயும் ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஸோ நான் கோட் வந்து சாட் பாக்ஸ்ல பேஸ்ட் பண்ணும்போது immediately you can go to that app and paste that code and you can answer your quizzes. Okay, and next is the nearpod.com. So it is just in nearpod.com. For this also app is available as well as you can make use of it through your browsers, Chrome browsers or any web browsers. Okay, so just hit on www.nearpod.com so that your first page opens. So if you are trying it through browsers means it will be like this. Okay, so here as your students you have to join a session. So here also I will be sending you a code. You can just paste that code and you can join this session. Okay, so if it is a lab, I mean app means your home page will be like this. You can enter the code and you can join the session. Okay, and nearpod.com யூஸ் பண்ணி கிளாஸஸ் ஐ மீன் குவிசஸ் மட்டும் இல்ல. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நீங்க உங்களோட ஆன்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் வந்து chat பாக்ஸ்ல கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்கீங்களா? if I'm asking you some question what is java அப்படின்னா you guys will be giving your answers to chat box. so அது வந்து நீங்க GoToMeetingல வந்து போன்ல பாத்துட்டு இருந்தீங்கன்னா ஒவ்வொரு டைமும் chat boxக்கு போய் you guys have to see those answers. பட் நம்ம nearpod யூஸ் பண்ணி I will be showing you a display. so அந்த டிஸ்பிளேல வந்து you can directly அந்த nearpodக்குள்ள சைன் இன் ஆயிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா நீங்க டைரக்டா அதுலயே நீங்க உங்களோட ஆன்சர்ஸ் கூட நீங்க பேஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம். ஓகேங்களா? so likewise it will be more comfortable for our online teaching as well as online learning. Okay, clear? Hope you guys are familiar with these two websites, Nearpod and
Yes,
Slido.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So can we have a demo session of using platform? Nanu decide panla, just I thought you guys can be familiar. Can we have a demo?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Just a minute, I will put you a question. சும்மா any answer you can give, ஓகேங்களா? சும்மா ஒரு ரேண்டமா தான் கொடுத்திருக்கேன். So you guys can log in into slido.com. உங்க browser use பண்ணி you can just log in into slido.com. www.slido.com. Okay. So the code to join is G230. The code to join this platform is G230. You guys, நீங்க வந்து GoToMeeting விட்டு வெளியே போயிட்டு லாகின் பண்ண வேண்டாமா. GoToMeeting parallel ஓடிட்டு இருக்கட்டும். ஜஸ்ட் அந்த ஹோம் பட்டன் கிளிக் பண்ணி நீங்க browserக்குள்ள போய் அதுக்குள்ள என்டர் பண்ணுங்க, அவ்வளவுதான். ஸ்பீக்கர் மோட்ல போட்டுட்டு நீங்க போய் என்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். That's it. So have you guys logged in into that? www.slido.com. So with that you can join in the code G230. Oh, thank you Sanjeev and Divya. Okay, thank you Akshay for your response. So are we familiar with these platforms? You can click on any one answer. Okay, thank you Ritika, Ravi, Jugashri and Surya for your response as well. So hopefully I think you guys have given your answers. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ எவ்வளோ பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் த பீப்புள் வந்து நீங்க கரெக்ட் ஆன்சர்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க, எவ்வளோ பர்சன்டேஜ் ஆஃப் த பீப்புள் வந்து ராங் ஆன்சர் கொடுத்துருக்கேன் அப்படிங்கிறது நம்ம ரியல் டைம்லேயே வில் பி ஏபிள் டு சி. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ஆஃப்டர் திஸ் கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கம்ப்ளீட் ஆனதுக்கப்புறம் லீடர் போர்டு கூட நான் இப்போ லீடர் போர்டு செட் பண்ணல. ஸோ இந்த கொஸ்டின்ஸ் நீங்க பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம் லீடர் போர்டு கூட நம்மளுக்கு டிஸ்பிளே ஆகும். இந்த கொஸ்டின் யார் எவ்வளோ டைம்ல எவ்வளோ செகண்ட்ல வந்து ஆன்சர் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஓகே, யூ கேன் நவ் குவிட் அவுட் ஆஃப் த slido.com. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் அவ்வளோதான்மா, வெரி சிம்பிள். So you should just enter the code and you should give your answers. ஓகேங்களா? இதே nearpod யூஸ் பண்ணும்போது நம்ம மல்டிபிள் வேஸ்ல குவிஸ் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ஏதோ டிஸ்பிளேவா யூஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம், இல்ல மேட்ச் மாதிரி மேட்ச் த பாஸ் மாதிரி, இல்ல ஒரு கேமிங் மோட்ல. In that way also we can do it. ஓகேங்களா? It is asking email ID. நோமா, கோட் மட்டும் என்டர் பண்ணாலே போதும். Or else you can create your account and be logged in within that particular account in Slido. It's free only for students. என்டர் தி கோட் மட்டும் தான் கேட்கும் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நீங்க ஓபன் பண்ணாலும், வெப்சைட் ஓபன் பண்ணாலும் சரி, ஆப் ஓபன் பண்ணாலும் சரி, இது கேட்காது. ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்ங்கிறதுல வந்து என்டர் யுவர் கோட் கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா கோட் மட்டும் என்டர் பண்ண போதும். So those who have tried with this, are you guys okay? Are you familiar now? Okay, ma, fine. So just a minute, I will show the Nearpod demo as well. Guys, just a minute. I will show you a Nearpod demo as well. Just a minute. It is loading. After that, I'll share my screen to you. Hope the screen is visible. நான் என்னோடதுலயே ஸ்டூடெண்ட் வியூ எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி காட்டுறேமா. So near partல this is one way of attending the quiz. So I will be giving you a code. ஓகேங்களா? For இதே மாதிரி 4 digit code இருக்கும். So you can enter within that Nearpod website and you can enter the code. So ஒரு activity கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படின்னா, so first time to climb activity இருந்துச்சுன்னா it will be displaying like this. Hope it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
It's taking a lot of time. So your first page வந்து display ஆகுமா. So next வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா it will be asking you to choose some character. So after choosing the character, it will be asking you to give your names. Either you can give your roll number followed by name and you can start your quizzes. ஓகேங்களா? That's it.
Ma'am, after finishing our class, can you just send all these links to us? Ma'am?
Recording links.
No, ma'am. The platforms which are going to be used is there are 2 to 3, I think so. So that we can, if you send us the link, we can use it to log in it again with easier manner. Ma'am. That's all.
Okay, ma. Nothing. Okay, I will have pasted one link in the chat box,
Okay, ma'am.
which is www.slido.com. ஓகேங்களா? And one more is www.nearpod.com. அவ்வளவுதான். நம்ம எல்லாமே அட் டைம்ல யூஸ் பண்ண மாட்டோமா. ஒரு கிளாஸ்ல எது ஸ்லைடு ஒரு Nearpod ஏதோ ஒன்ல தான் நம்ம இது பண்ணோம். ஓகேங்களா? So your screen will appear like this when you enter into it. ஓகேங்களா? So it will ask you to choose a character. So either display ஆகிற either 4 characters, you can choose the character as well as the sound will also be displayed. சவுண்டும் கேட்கும். ஓகேங்களா? I'm choosing this and I'm clicking on start. So நீங்க எந்த நேம்ல செலக்ட் ஆன உங்க நேம் கொடுத்தீங்களோ for that your character will be assigned. So நான் ஒன்னு தானே இருக்கேன். So one studentங்கனால one it is there. So after all students have joined, I'll be clicking on start the quiz so that the quiz questions will appear to you guys. Okay. ஸோ நீங்க ஒவ்வொரு கொஸ்டின்ஸ் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ண டைம்
Okay,
டு
ma'am.
கிளைம்ப் அப்படின்றனால யாரு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கம்ப்ளீட் பண்றீங்களோ தே வில் ரீச் தி. ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் இது குவிஸ் மாதிரி தான், பட் கொஞ்சம் அப்பீலிங்கா இருக்கும் விஷுவல்ஸ் எல்லாம். தட்ஸ் இட். ஓகே, okay, fine. So these are all the platforms we are going to use. So GoToMeeting, Google Meet, Slido, Nearpod, Google Classroom and Google Forms. ஓகேங்களா? இந்த ரெண்டு ஆப்புமே பிளே ஸ்டோர்ல அவைலபிளா இருக்குமா, யூ கேன் டவுன்லோட் இட். ஓகேங்களா? பெரிய ஸ்டோரேஜ் ஸ்பேஸ் எல்லாம் கிடையாது. நெக்ஸ்ட் ஆர்எல்ஸ் யூ கேன் மேக் யூஸ் ஆஃப் தி slido.com and nearpod.com URL so that you can hit on to the browsers. Okay. Okay, now shall we move on to the syllabus? So என்னென்ன platforms use பண்ண போறோம், so how our classes are going to be, it should definitely be an interactive session. So Java programming, so it is going to help you a lot with placements. So we will be more dealing with theoretical concepts. ஓகேங்களா? பிகாஸ் அந்த தியரி கான்செப்ட் என்னன்னு தெரியாம, இப்ப நான் ஊப்ஸ்ன்னு சொன்னேன்னா இல்ல சின்டாக்ஸ் இல்ல ஜாவா வேரியபிள்னு சொன்னேன்னா அந்த வேரியபிள் என்னன்னு தெரியாம யூ cannot apply that into your programs. ஓகேங்களா? So be concentrate and be very much interactive in the classes. If you have doubts, kindly stop me there. I will definitely reply for your questions. If I'm not sure about it, I will refer and I will surely get back to you guys. Okay. Okay, shall we move on to our module 1? Can I expect a reply?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you Ritika, Bharati and Rahul as well. Thank you Jugashri. Thank you Sanjeev. So module 1 is basics of Java programming. Okay, so basics of Java programming la nam enna paaka porom appadina. So our module 1 syllabus is there. Introduction to Java. JVM means Java virtual machine. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ introduction to Java. நம்ம introduction to Javaல நம்ம என்ன பார்க்க போறோம்னா ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்கா ஜாவா எப்படி வந்துச்சு, the history behind the Java. ஓகேங்களா? and then Java virtual machine, Java development kit. JDK means Java development kit. ஓகேங்களா? so it's a compiler. Then what are the features which are available with the Java and data types? எப்படி C languageல நீங்க எல்லாம் படிச்சிருப்பீங்களாமா, பேசிக்ஸ்ல data types என்ன, variables என்ன operators யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, C language expressions, அப்புறம் naming conventions, all those things we are going to see here as well. ஓகேங்களா? data types of Java, operators, expressions and Java naming conventions. ஒரு variables அதை எப்படி நம்ம define பண்ணணும், likewise and command line arguments, scanner, class and objects. நம்ம வந்து சி லாங்குவேஜ் அப்படின்னா இன்புட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு வந்து ஸ்கேன்ஆஃப் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம், அவுட்புட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டா வந்து பிரிண்ட் ஆஃப் யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம். ஆனா இங்க இன்புட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டை நம்ம என்ன யூஸ் பண்ண போறோம் அப்படின்னா ஸ்கேனர் அப்படின்ற கிளாஸ். ஸோ அதை பத்தி நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம், இன்புட் அண்ட் அவுட்புட் ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ஸ். ஓகேங்களா? And next is the constructors, wrapper classes, variables, conditional statements and looping statements. So C language லயே நம்ம வந்து conditional statements, if else எல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கோம், and looping statements such as for, while, do while அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கோம். So ஜாவாலையும் என்ன மாதிரியான conditional statements, whether C ல இருக்கிறது இங்கேயும் applicable-ஆ, whether C ல இருக்க 3 லூப்ஸ்மே இங்க applicable-ஆ, இல்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு particular loop that is available with Java. So all those things we are going to see in our module 1. Okay. So this is all about the syllabus which are going to cover for our module 1 basics of Java programming. ஓகேங்களா? So நம்ம வந்து ஜாவா பத்தின introduction தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி first ஜாவா ஏன் வந்துச்சு, why Java, we need to know. Okay. So anyone know, do you have any idea? Because in industry oriented course itself I have taught you guys this history. I have explained you this history. So anyone remember ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எப்படி ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜ் எவால்வ் ஆச்சு, எதுக்காக நம்ம வந்து சிஏ விட்டுட்டு C++ விட்டுட்டு ஜாவாக்கு வந்தோம், வாட் இஸ் த நெசசிட்டி ஃபார் டெவலப்பிங் such ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜ் called as Java, and why is it now ruling the world? So all the things I have explained. So do anyone remember? No idea? Yes or no? It's not a problem. Just kindly acknowledge my question. No, it's okay, fine. Thank you Ritika. ஓகேங்களா? ஸோ இப்போ நம்ம வந்து ஜாவாவை விட்டுருங்க, இப்போ நம்ம வந்து ப்ரோக்ராமிங் லாங்குவேஜ் போறோம் அப்படின்னாலே என்ன பர்பஸ்க்காகமா நம்ம போயிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா டு அடாப்ட் டு சேஞ்சிங் என்விரான்மெண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் யூசஸ். நவடேஸ் இட்ஸ் ஃபுல் ஆஃப் ஆட்டோமேஷன், எதுல பார்த்தாலும் ஆட்டோமேஷன். ஸோ இந்த ஆட்டோமேஷன்ங்கிற ஸ்டேஜ் நம்ம ரீச் ஆகணும் அப்படின்னா the starting stage would be coding and developing. Okay, the starting stage will be coding and developing. Okay, so to adapt to changing environments and uses, we will be using the programming languages. Okay, and also to implement improvements in the art of programming. Okay, so I have programmed a code. So nowadays there are a lot of techniques which are available, so you can either type your code in C language, or you can type your code in your Java language or C++ or any language it could be. In each and every programmed file can be converted into a .apk file or .exe file. .apk file is nothing but an application oriented file. .exe is nothing but an executable file. So if you are having a say for example, you are developing a calculator program in your C language, so that written C programming calculator program can be converted into an executable file or an application itself. We can convert it so that we can install into our system, and we can run those codes. So to adapt to the changing environment, definitely there should be a change in the programming languages also. Okay, so Ravi has asked the question like, ma'am, C++ also we need to learn, ma'am, for learning Java. C++ you do not want to learn, but the object oriented concept which is there in the C++ is been inherited in Java as well. C compare பண்ணும்போது C++ ஓட advantage என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it's object oriented concepts. ஓகேங்களா? So அந்த advantage வந்து ஜாவாலையும் இன்ஹெரிட் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஜாவா also supports object oriented programming mechanisms. So நீங்க C++ தெரிஞ்சிருக்க வேண்டாம், அதுல கூட oops கான்செப்ட் மட்டும் தெரிஞ்சிருந்தா போதும். ஓகேங்களா? Okay, thank you, Ravi Teja. So many Java features are inherited from the earlier languages as well. So B நம்மளோட ரொம்ப basic programming language பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா B language we call it. So அதை overcome பண்ணி வந்து C and then C++ and then Java. So what is the very specific advantage with Java ன்னு கேட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா, B ல இருக்கக்கூடிய advantages, C ல இருக்க the advantage of C, the advantages of C++, all those three languages advantages are being inherited in Java. So B language will have some speciality. Likewise, C language has some speciality. Likewise, C++ language has a speciality of object-oriented concepts. Likewise, each and unique speciality of the previous languages has been inherited in Java as well. So that's why Java has turned out to be a very stronger language, and that is why it is ruling the world now. Okay. So this is how the Java was evolving. Okay, so before Java, we had C language. This we all know. So it was designed by Dennis Ritchie in the year 1970s. So before C also we had so many languages like Basic, COBOL, Fortran, and Pascal. So C is itself a language which has been developed for overcoming these four languages. So as we all know, C is a structured, efficient, high-level programming. Okay, so it could replace the assembly code when creating programming systems. So these were also designed, implemented, and tested by programmers as well. This is also having that much special functionalities. So after this, but it does not support object oriented concepts. So to overcome this, we have developed a language called as C++. This was developed in the year of 1970s, and C++ came into existence in the year of 1979. Okay, so C, what are all the advantages which are available with C? That is also available with C++. The difference is that it supports object-oriented features like encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance. In C language, we cannot inherit the properties of a function or a class to another class, but in C++ it is possible. Okay, so these are all some basic advantages when compared to the C language that C++ has. Okay, so before Java we had this Fortran, COBOL, Pascal, and then C, and then followed by C++. Okay, and then Java slowly tried to came into existence. So we have a short story behind how Java came into existence. Okay, so this was the very first time in 1990. Sun Microsystems, it's a company. Okay, the Java was also developed by Sun Microsystems only. Or coffee cup, in a coffee cup there is a steam coming out of a coffee cup as a logo behind the Java, right? So this Java was developed by the Sun Microsystems. Okay, so in the early of 1990s, Sun Microsystems decided to start a project called as Green. Okay, Sun Microsystems started to develop a project called as Green. Their main aim of this project is to develop the software for consumer electronics. See, for example, if I'm taking a washing machine, or else if I'm taking some PlayStation, means not a PlayStation, consumer electronics, we can tell it like DVD player. Okay, so for that they have to design a software so that it should be interacting. So if I say if I press the play button means it should play, if I press the stop button means it should stop, if I play the, sorry, if I hit the record button means it should record. So what are all the instructions given by the user, that has to be performed by that particular electronic machine. So in that way they have to develop a software for that. Okay, so for especially for consumer electronic devices, so that is why they named the project as Green. So they were starting this project called as Green for developing a software of for consumer electronics. So the team head for this project, for this Green project, is James Gosling. Okay, he's a veteran in the field of software design, so he's a well-versed person. He's a big expert in that particular field on designing softwares in software design. Okay, so they started a project called as Green under the team head James Gosling. Okay, so their partners were, I mean the team members, the main team members were Partik, Griswath, Ed Frank, and Mike Sheridan. Okay, so these four members were on among the team. Okay, so they started writing programs in C++. Okay, so after C they were C++ only, no, so C++ was ruling the world. So they started to write programs in C++ for embedding their programs into toasters, washing machines, VCRs, many. At that time these were the consumer electronics available in the year of 1990s. Also, okay, DVDs were also not there, only VCRs were there. So they try to write programs in C++ language for embedding their software programs into these consumer electronics. Their main aim was to develop these appliances with more intelligent, other fully automatic Madri. They need to develop those kinds of machines, so they need to write a programming in that manner. Okay, so during 1990s itself they had a thought process of making a electronic device to be an automated one. Okay, so they will be writing a program, they will be embedding into the hardware. So for embedding, you guys all know we have some microcontrollers and microprocessors or chips available, so that it accepts the code and will be performing accordingly, isn't it? So this is how it will be working. So while they were writing a program, uh, they were writing a program like to embed some software programs into this embedded software. So at that time, while writing the programs, they face some serious issue that is called as the memory leak. Okay, so what do anyone have an idea on what is meant by this memory leak? So they started to, at that time C++ was ruling the world, so they started writing their programs for consumer electronics in C++ language. So while writing the problem and executing the same into the hardware, they found a very serious issue which is called as memory leak. Okay, so do you guys have an idea on what could be memory leak? I do not want the technical explanation. By looking at the picture itself, hope you guys will be able to answer. Resource leak. Okay.
Without giving instructions, it will get executed.
Okay, fine, good. Any others except Jugashri and Sanjeev Krishnan? அந்த picture பார்த்து உங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஐடியா கிடைக்கலையா? Garbage memory. Okay, Malavika. Then anyone else? So memory leak is nothing but if you try to use the say for example, if you're having only a 4 GB pen drive, okay, and you're copying a film from your system which is of 7 GB into that 4 GB pen drive, means will it accept it? Are you able
No,
to understand
ma'am.
my question? Why will it not accept?
Because the storage is too long. So
Because you're trying to store a data which is more than the capacity of that pen drive, isn't it? Yes, insufficient storage. So what will happen if you try to, in that case, in pen drive, it will not accept it. because it is a hardware, it is designed in that manner. But while you are running your programs, okay, let it be any kind of program, let it be a C program or a C++ program. So when you start running your program, if you're compiling, if there is no syntax error or logical error, means it will not throw in error. So after the compilation is successful, and if you try to run the program, and during running, each and every program occupies some particular set of memory, right? So there will be only limited sets of memory available. But if you are trying to use more memory, or else if you are trying to put data into the memory which is not there, for example, you are putting some 8 GB data into a 4 GB pen drive, only 4 GB memory is available, and you are trying to use the memory which is larger than the area which is there, isn't it? So those kind of situations are called as memory leak. See here, this, for example, this juice tumbler can accommodate only 250 ml of juice. So beyond 250 ml of juice I am pouring into that particular juice tumbler, means what will happen, it will be overflowing, right? So the data whichever I'm storing about 250 ml, whatever juice I'm going to pour into that tumbler, it will be overflowed out, and the particular data will be wasted, isn't it? Hope you guys agree with my point. So likewise in C++, when we try to use some, when we write a program, we try to use some memory locations. So after that particular program has been terminated, we have to release those resources from that particular program. Then only the memory locations can be used by another program, or else whichever memory location you have been utilized for your program. For say, for example, array you are declaring. Okay, in array, for example, array is equal to some integer data have declared, but you have not used the full memory location allocated for that array, means those unused memory locations cannot be used by another program as well. Also, that is not a proper way of using a memory location, that to be very idle for a long time. So those kind of situations are called as memory leak, trying to use the memory above its capacity. Okay, clear? So these in C++, we had a very dangerous issue of memory leak. That is, if you are writing a programming C++ language, means we can use our memory, but after the program is being completed, we will not be able to release the used memory sources. So if I release that unused memory sources only, then the other programs who are waiting in the queue, they will be used some memory locations. So if one single program is itself occupying the whole memory, means then how can we execute multiple programs at a similar time? Or else how can we execute the other programs which are waiting in the queue? So this was a very serious issue when C++ language is being considered. So to overcome this, they were trying for another language, okay, which has very much advantage, of automating the memory management. So if a memory is not being, means automatically it should be released. So if you are trying to use the memory above your limit, means you should automatically shut down that particular thing. So likewise, they were trying to automate the memory management. So they are giving the option to manually choose the memory and manually release the unutilized resources. But you guys were not making the proper use of it, and after the program has been terminated, you guys have not released the memory or not released the resources which are unutilized. So it is creating a very big problem. So what they taught is that they taught to automate the memory management. So they I need to automate some memory management, means I need to have a programming language which gives me that support. So they were searching whether that particular kind of language is available or not. Okay, this is how the Java slowly came into existence. Okay, so they started a project, it created a problem of memory leak. So they were searching for a language whether automatic memory management is possible or not. Okay, clear? So replacing pointers by references and automatic memory management was the proposed solution. Okay, so the team built a new programming, they were searching for a language like that. So it was not available, it was not into existence. So what they taught is, so I need to develop some consumer electronics which should in a good manner. For that to develop, I need a programming language which has these many facilities, but that is not available. Why can't I create it on my own? So they started leaving that consumer electronics project in the middle, and they started working on developing a new programming language. Okay, so that programming language at the starting stage they named it as Oak. Okay, so which avoids potentially dangerous constructs in C++ such as pointers, which are all dealing with memory management. They started to avoid all those things in their new language Oak. Okay, so they introduced the automatic memory management, freeing the programmer to concentrate on other things. So it, as the memory management is automated, the programmers are free to concentrate on other things. Okay, so architecture neutrality, this is platform independence. So this language was developed in one more thing, that they should work on cross platforms as well. In multiple platforms it should support, either it should run as a web application, or if they're installing in some other Windows or a Mac or Unix or Ubuntu software, any platform it should run, that program should run. So they developed in the mind of platform independence tool as well, I mean language as well. Okay, okay, that was one thing. And second one is that many different CPUs are used as controllers. So hardware chips are evolving rapidly. So as better chips become available, older chips become obsolete and their production is stopped. So manufacturers of toasters and washing machines would like to use these chips available off the shelf, and we do not like to reinvest in compiler development every 2 to 3 years. So as software field is also getting advanced, obviously the hardware field also will be getting advanced. First there were microprocessors and there were microcontrollers, then ICs came into existence, now Arduino board. Likewise, the hardware part is also being increasing. So for that, each and every advancement in hardware, my language should support. I cannot develop each and for every 2 years or 3 years of time, I cannot develop a new programming language which supports that particular advanced hardware. So I should develop a language which support my future hardwares also. Okay, so it should be an architectural neutral. So the software and programming language had to be architecture neutral as well as platform independent. So do you guys now understand what is meant by platform independent and architecture neutral? Is that clear? Okay, yes. First one, the architectural platform independent work we have tried to work on platform independence and then architectural neutral. And slowly in the mid of 1990s, there a big thing came into existence, which is nothing but the internet. So their concentration turned there as well. So the whichever thing we are developing, that should support the internet as well. Okay, so it was soon realized that these design goals of consumer electronics perfectly suited an ideal programming language for the internet and www, which should be object oriented, robust and architectural neutral. So they had some checklist. Platform independent, yes, created. Architectural neutral, yes, created. So while they tried to implement it, a big business thing came, which is nothing but the internet. So their consumer electronics to support that internet as well. So for that, they need to redefine their programming language. So their programming language was retargeted for the internet. So they tried to develop their programming language which supports internet as well. Okay, clear? Till that, is it clear? This is not included in your syllabus, just for your knowledge I'm telling all these things. Okay, okay, first there was a team head, James Gosling, right? Again the team, to make the language retargetable to internet, they're expanding the team. Their team include of Bill Joy, so he is the developer of Unix platform. Okay, and Arthur Van Huff, Jonathan Payne, Frank Lelin and Tim Lidom. Okay, so the team expanded with many members. Okay, in 1994, early web browser, now we are using the web browser Google Chrome software, sorry, Safari. What is this? What else is available? Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Opera. So likewise, we have many web browsers. But at the early stage, there was a web browser called as WebRunner. That language was written in Oak. Okay, so they need to they retargeted for Java, I mean internet, right? So after retargeting, they developed a WebRunner. That is a web browser, early web browser. So that language was particularly written in Oak language. Okay, and after that, this WebRunner was renamed as Hot Java. Hot Java. Okay, in 1995, after that the language was also, first the web browser only was named as Hot Java, and after that in 1995 the Oak language was renamed as Java. Okay, why it is particularly named as Java? In the sense, a common story is there that the name Java relates to the place from their development team got its coffee, and the name Java survived the trademark search. So which means that, so I have told you that, I have told you, no, this previous team under the head of James Gosling was expanded into another set of team members, including Bill Joy and all. So they used to discuss about these developments, how to implement the developments in this language. Mostly the discussions happens to be in a coffee shop. Okay, so that was a one main reason. Okay, and they were developing in one particular country, right? So in that country there was also a city named Java. So all these things come into a conclusion and they named Java. Okay, so that is why the logo is also a cup of coffee and the steam coming out of it. Okay, so this is how the Java name came into the thing. Okay, and mostly there was some talks like just a minute. So it came from the name of James Gosling, and then Arthur Van Huff. So these two guys were the main contributors in developing the Java language. So there was also a saying like, by combining these two names only they have developed the name Java. That was also a reason. And one more reason is that mostly these discussions happens into a coffee shop. There they will be drinking their very favorite coffee. So while drinking that coffee only, this kind of making an automatic memory management came into existence. So that is also a reason that they have chosen the coffee cup as a logo. Okay, and also in the place they developed there was a city named Java as well. So all the things were matched so that they gave the name as Java. Okay, a very common story behind the naming of Java. So in 1991 they have designed this. So while at the initial stage the original motivation was not internet. So their aim was to develop a platform independent software embedded in consumer electronic devices. So for that there was no such language being supporting their aim. So they developed a language, and then internet also came into existence. So they retargeted for internet as well. Okay, so after all this, if we call as Java as an internet version of C++, means no, it was not designed to replace C++, but to solve a different set of problems like memory leak. Clear why Java came into existence? Guys, are you clear? Can I expect a response, please? Okay, can I okay, Pranati has asked a question like, you said Java is simple object-oriented platform, independent, portable. What are the disadvantages of this software? Software means which software you are telling about, Ma? Are you talking
Java,
about C++?
ma'am. No, ma'am, Java.
We have not dealt about disadvantages of Java, but are you asking is there any disadvantages in Java?
Yes, ma'am.
ஓகே, டிஸ்அட்வான்டேஜ்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. ஒரு லாங்குவேஜை காட்டிலும் இன்னொரு லாங்குவேஜ் வேணா அட்வான்டேஜ் அப்படின்னு வேணா சொல்லலாம். So we can tell like that. See, mostly Java, not only Java, we have Java frameworks, we have JavaScript languages which supports Java. So if you want to develop a web application, okay, or else if you want to develop a mobile application, mobile or application you develop பண்ற மாதிரி in web also you can develop an application. An example of web application is browser. Okay, so if you want to develop such kind of web application means you need to write the programming language in JavaScript. Scripting languages they will be calling. So in Java JavaScript is available. So while you are writing the programs in JavaScript, you might be having some so for example I'm telling, so the syntax may be hard or syntax may be complex. So to write a single code to print a value, you need to write nearly 4 to 5 lines of code. So when compared to that, in Python also we have a scripting language. So Python is also a scripting language. So in Python these 4 to 5 lines of code can be overcome by very single line. because its syntax is developed in that way. So in that way you can tell them this is disadvantage and that is the advantage. In other words, we cannot fully complain that this Java has these many disadvantages and all. Okay. So depending upon your requirement and application, you can switch over between the languages, but you cannot fully comply in a language like you are having this disadvantage. Okay.
Okay,
Is
ma'am.
that
Thank you,
clear,
ma'am.
Pranati? Hope I have
Yes,
answered
ma'am.
your
It's clear.
question. Are you satisfied with my answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for joining this session. So can I get a immediate feedback on how the session was? And so because as this is the first session, if you guys have any positive or negative feedback, that's you can convey it to me so that we can correct it in our future sessions. You can give it your answers through a chat box. So with that, we can wind up for the session today. One more thing is please join with the format I have said. Okay. Can I expect an immediate feedback so that we can wind up the session for now? Okay, I will try to keep it as more engaged and interactive as possible. Okay. Okay, somewhat fast. Okay, I will try to slow it down. Thank you, Ravi. Okay, ma. Thank you. Thank you all for your positive feedbacks. Thank you. Thank you for joining the session. Have a good lunch. Thank you. We can meet in our next session.